Want to know what your pets are doing in heaven right now? A man named John Davis passed away for 6 minutes and crossed over to the other side, and what he saw will amaze you. During a surgery, John was put under with anesthesia, but had a bad allergic reaction to it and passed away right then. He opened his eyes a few seconds later and he was standing in the most beautiful marble building. In his right ear, there was a guide who took him on a tour of heaven, the other side. In the building were tables where people were sitting and talking, and these tunnels where those who were passing over would walk through. John's guide told him that this was the orientation center. From there, each person's guide would sit them down and talk to them about what happened. They had passed on. Then, the person who had passed away would take 3 steps down out of the building into the most beautiful garden imaginable. John watched as in this garden, that person's loved ones ran up to them and welcomed them home. John was then taken to another building, and the guide said, "This is where we plan our lifetimes. Life isn't just random, it's all planned between you and your guides." The guide told him that nothing is an accident and everything in life has meaning. The guide told him that we forget the plan once we get to Earth because if we knew what our plan was, we wouldn't test ourselves. Then John's guide took him over to a gorgeous meadow when all of a sudden, tons of animals came running down the hills. Dogs, cats, horses. His guide said that everyone's pets wait here and play with each other until their loved ones from Earth get to the other side where you'll be together again. All the animals are very happy, and John even saw 2 of his own dogs and cats playing and waiting for him. At the end of the tour, his guide took him to a field where he said a gentleman walked up to him and stood 2 feet from him. He said the gentleman was so bright he couldn't see his face, but could see he was wearing a white robe with a red sash around his waist. He then lifted up his hands and said, "You must tell them there is no death." John then immediately came to where a group of doctors were surrounding him. They said, "He's back." He had only been dead for 6 minutes, but got a full tour of heaven. To think that we will be reunited with our loved ones and pets, what more could you ask for? I gotta know, what are your thoughts on this story?